Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to Spiritual Business with Mariaestela, the show and podcast for soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs and Magdalene's Rising wanting to lead with love in business and life. I'm your host, spiritual business coach, mentor, catalyst, and facilitator Mariaestela, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to join my newsletter to stay connected and updated. You can do so on my website, Mariaestela.com, where you can also find previous episodes and their show notes. Please note that the early bird offer for the Magdalene Rising Mastermind 2019 runs out on this coming Friday, the Solstice Eve. If your soul's calling you to be more and do more in 2019, then come be part of a powerful collective of magnificent Magdalenes focused on bringing magic into the mundane, spirituality into business, and love into all of it. Claim your seat at mariaestela.com/mastermind. Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to today's episode, in which I am going to be sharing one of my magic tricks. The reason I'm laughing is because it's also one of the things that when I first work with people, mostly it's in one-on-ones, but I do this in group work as well, or in masterminds. It in the beginning it can be slightly annoying and irritating, but my work as a coach is not necessarily to pat you on your back. Excuse me. Although I will do that, but it's not necessarily. And what I see as one of my biggest jobs is really to allow yourself to see and allow yourself to hear from a space of love, deep, resonating, powerful love. And so this thing that I am going to share with you in the beginning, when I do this to my clients or to my mastermind people, it can be slightly annoying. And I know that because it was annoying as hell to me when I first had to go through this. Well, there we go. So the thing is, your language, whether it be conscious or unconscious, really rules your day, your life. And I have a very keen sense and a very strong ear for bullshit. And when things are out of alignment or out of resonance, I react or act, and I have to make that heard so that because it's not about me. It's about calling you out to call you in so that you may cleanse more, rise more, be more, and heal more, really. So there are 3 words. It's called have to, want to, or need to. Very often when I start working with people, and bear in mind, this is soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs just like you, who work alone. A lot of them are solopreneurs. They may have a team of people that they've hired. They may have freelancers, or they may have VAs, or online business managers. They may have graphic designers, and they may have people they're hiring. But most of these people, well, none of these people, you included, have a boss. So when I hear the word I need to or I have to, I can't help but point that out, because it's so interesting how it seems as though being a soul-driven, heart-based solopreneur, we're the only ones who will abandon a 40-hour work week, 45-hour work week, or even, a 38, I can't remember how much it is in Denmark, but, a work week to go into a job or a business where we will work 80 hours or 100 hours a week, slaving away until we realize, first of all, that doesn't serve you. And there's another episode on that I'm going to include in this. However, when I hear people say, or my clients say, I want to, my first question says who? And I'm going to give you this question as well. And one of the things I want to inspire you to do with this episode is I want to inspire you to begin questioning the things that you say, begin questioning the voice within your mind. And it may at first be unconscious. And notice how many times you say, oh, I have to, or I need to. And because what happens when you say those words, usually it's attached to some sense of, I don't want to say responsibility, but it's attached to some sense of urgency and to some sense of fear. If I don't do, then this X, Y, and Z will happen. And that's very interesting, because who's the boss of your business? Like, who says that you have to do or that you need to do anything? Now, you may already have run for the hills and thought she's batshit crazy what she's talking about. I have to do this and I need to do this, if I want X, Y, and Z. I get that. But what I would like for you to understand is that there is a difference between coming from a space of having to and needing to, which I consider to be in the realm of the fear-based mindset, and then coming from the space of wanting to. You have created your business because you have a calling, because there is something that is asking to be birthed through you, something or some things that can only come through you and be expressed by you. And that call, that desire, that comes from a space of love, that comes from a space of service. And so if you can flip your mindset into, this is actually, there's not some outside source or force who's forcing you to do this, like so that you have to do this or need to, because otherwise you won't, blah, blah, blah. If you can come from the space of, oh, I am doing this because I want to, because, writing newsletters or creating videos or, downloading graphics or hiring whatever, that is something that is going to serve me and those I am here to serve. And therefore, it's something that I want to do. And trust me, there is such a deep, I don't want to say relief, but satisfaction in coming from a space of, oh, this is something that I want. And let's be clear, there are probably things in your business that you do not want to do. And depending on where you're at in your journey, my biggest encouragement would be for you to outsource it. Start by outsourcing those things that you don't necessarily want to do, or don't want to have to do, or don't want to have to need to do. So that's like, go ahead and start small. And I'm not asking you to run out and max out your credit cards and hire whatever in order, because you think, and that's, again, that comes from a need to. You think you need to do something because that's based in fear. So like I said, with this episode, I'm really wanting to inspire you to begin noticing your verbiage, your language, the how you express yourself, not only to the world, but to yourself, and begin to notice, am I coming from a space of want, or am I coming from a space of need? And if this is something that that is heart-based, soul-driven, how can I flip it? How can I flip that and actually clear out my language, the way that I talk to myself and others? And how can I come from a space of, this is what I want? I think there's also a part of us, I don't know if it's just for women or if it's, in general, being an, intuitive or an empath or sensitive. oftentimes we don't want to come from a space of want. We want to, because it seems though, there's something that I desire, and for a long time your needs may not have been met. What you wanted may not have been met. So asking for what you want and beginning to build that can be difficult and maybe challenging in the beginning. So that is, what I want to leave you with. I want to hear from you. Listening to this episode, what came up for you? What revelations did you have? What insights did you gain? What self-discovery did you make? Share that with us in the comments. You can, if you're listening to this via the podcast, you can click the link in the episode and you will go to the show notes. If you're watching on the video, you can either leave a comment. Well, you can leave a comment below. And finally, the mastermind, the Magdalene Rising, the early bird offer is still up there, but it's going away pretty soon. So make sure that you check out mariaestela.com/mastermind if you're wanting to be part of an amazing group of spiritual entrepreneurs who wants to come from a space of love, whether it be in their businesses or in their personal lives. I love you. Take care. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Spiritual Business with Mariaestela. I hope it served you well. For all of the deets and the details, click the link in the description. And if you want to support the spreading of this message, share it with a friend or on social media, or leave me a comment or review. God bless.